After Peg regains movement, she is transferred to Sheltering Arms, a rehabilitation hospital. There, she lives with a group of other girls her age who are also recovering from polio. Peg begins to use a wheelchair and works hard in physical and occupational therapy to get stronger so that she can walk and move easily again. Her parents come to visit every week, and she and her roommates have fun together even as they face the challenges of polio. Although I had not yet mastered the fine art of moving the pile of marbles from spot to spot with my toes, I received a new challenge in OT. I was going to learn to play the accordion. Certain muscles of the arms and hands are used when pushing an accordion in and out, and it happened that I needed help with those particular muscles. The Sheltering Arms owned an accordion, and Miss Ballard knew I'd had 2 years of piano lessons. She said the accordion was the perfect exercise for me. From my very first attempt, I hated the accordion. It was heavy and awkward, and pushing it in and out made my arms ache. The trick of playing a melody on the keyboard with one hand, pushing the proper chord buttons with the other hand, and at the same time pushing and pulling on the accordion itself was completely beyond me. It would be easier if you asked me to juggle and tap dance at the same time, I said. You just need practice, Miss Ballard replied. Try a little longer. I did try, however. Even when I got the correct right-hand note with the proper left-hand chord and pushed air through the bellows at the same time, I didn't care for the sound. I had never liked accordion music, and my efforts during OT did nothing to change my mind. When my parents heard about the accordion, Mother said, "What fun! You've always loved your piano lessons." "That's different," I said. "I like the way a piano sounds." "You already know how to read music," Dad pointed out. "You will master that accordion in no time." I insisted I would never be adept on the accordion, and Dad kept saying it would be a breeze. I finally said, "Why don't you play it if you think it's so easy?" "All right, I will," said Dad, and off he went to the OT room to borrow the accordion. He came back with the shoulder straps in place and an eager look on his face. My dad did play piano by ear, so he didn't need sheet music. Even so, the sounds he produced could only be squawks and squeaks. He pushed and pulled. He punched the buttons. He grew red in the face. Beads of perspiration popped out on his bald spot. Something vaguely resembling the first few notes of Beer Barrel Polka emerged from the accordion, but they were accompanied by assorted other sounds, none of which could be called musical. We girls covered our ears, made faces, and booed. We pointed our thumbs down. Mother laughed until tears ran down her cheeks. Finally, Dad admitted defeat, temporary defeat. "I'll try again next week," he said. "Meanwhile, I want you to keep practicing." "It will sound just as terrible next week," I said, but I agreed to work on my accordion technique a while longer. The following Sunday, we could hardly wait to tease Dad about his musical fiasco. "When do we get the accordion concert?" Renee asked the minute my parents arrived. "Wait!" exclaimed Alice. "I want to put in my earplugs." We teased until Dad reluctantly agreed to try it again. We snickered and tee-heed as he brought the OT accordion into the room. He sat on a chair and carefully adjusted the straps. "Quit stalling," I said. "What's the rush?" said Renee as she put her fingers in her ears. Dad began to play. Instead of squeaks and squawks, he played Beer Barrel Polka flawlessly from start to finish. Our jaws dropped. We gazed at him and at each other in astonishment. When he finished the song, our questions exploded like a string of firecrackers. "How did you learn to play? Who taught you? Where did you get an accordion?" He simply smiled while Mother applauded. Then they told us the whole story. He had rented an accordion from a music store and practiced every spare second in order to surprise us with his concert. "Can you play any other songs?" I asked. "It took me all week to learn that one," Dad said. "And he stayed up until midnight every night practicing," Mother added. After that, I didn't dare complain about my accordion sessions. I never did get at it as Dad got in just 7 days, but I managed to produce a few recognizable tunes, and the effort did help strengthen my arm muscles and my fingers.